Welcome back to the court, everyone. I'm your host, and today we are diving headfirst into the absolute madness that is professional tennis right now. If you thought this sport was just about quiet applause and white polos, think again. We are witnessing a seismic shift in intensity, technology, and sheer athletic audacity. From serves that would get you a speeding ticket on the highway to trick shots that defy the laws of physics, the 2024 Tour highlights are proving that the sport is faster and more unpredictable than ever before. We're talking about athletes pushing 130 plus mile per hour serves as a standard baseline, not a rarity. Today, we're breaking down the wild moments that have us asking, did he really just do that? We'll look at the technical specs behind the power and the psychological warfare happening between the baselines. Strap in because the game has never been this loud. Let's talk about the man of the hour, Carlos Alcaraz. At just 21 years old, this guy is already a 2024 Wimbledon champ and has locked down 4 Grand Slams. But it's not just the hardware, it's the way he plays. His 0 to 60 speed on court is comparable to a supercar. I've seen him sprint from the baseline to the net to catch a drop shot that should have been physically impossible to reach. He brings this raw, infectious energy that's forcing the old guard to rethink their entire defensive strategy. When Alcaraz is on court, you aren't just watching tennis, you're watching a masterclass in elite-level athleticism. His ability to switch from a 100-mile-per-hour forehand to a feather-light drop shot in the same rally is why he's currently rocking the tennis world to its core. You can't talk about wild moments without mentioning the GOAT, Novak Djokovic. Even at 37-plus years old, he is defying biology. With 24 Grand Slam titles and 98 ATP career titles, his dominance isn't just physical, it's a psychological fortress. We saw him in recent matches where he looked down and out only to flip a switch and become an immovable wall. This is the tech side of the sport. His recovery protocols, his diet, and his data-driven approach to every single point are legendary. He's the benchmark for every fitness enthusiast listening right now. How do you maintain that level of focus when the crowd is against you and your body is screaming? Novak has the answer, and it usually ends with him lifting a trophy, while the younger generation watches in disbelief. If Alcaraz is fire, Jannik Sinner is absolute ice. The 2024 Australian Open winner has brought a level of baseline power that is frankly terrifying. We are seeing 100-mile-per-hour average ground strokes from him consistently. That is a heavy, flat ball that most players can't even time correctly. Sinner reached a world #1 peak this year, and it's easy to see why. From a technical perspective, his timing is impeccable. He doesn't seem to swing harder, he just hits the ball cleaner than anyone else on tour. This shift toward high-velocity baseline play is changing the equipment needs of the sport, with players looking for more stability in their frames to handle that kind of incoming heat. Sinner is proof that the next generation isn't just coming, they've already taken over the top spot. Is it disrespectful or is it genius? The underarm serve is making a massive comeback, with a 25% increase in underarm serves observed in key tournaments recently. Nick Kyrgios really brought this into the mainstream as a tactical disruption tool. For athletes who stand 15 feet behind the baseline to return, the underarm serve is the ultimate checkmate. It forces the opponent to stay on their toes and ruins their rhythm. From a technical standpoint, it's a low-energy move that yields high reward points. We're seeing more players incorporate this into their arsenal to mess with the opponent's head. It's one of those wild moments where the stadium goes silent, then erupts. Whether you love it or hate it, the data shows it works, and in a game of inches, you take every advantage you can get. Is it disrespectful or is it genius? The underarm serve is making a massive comeback, with a 25% increase in underarm serves observed in key tournaments recently. Nick Kyrgios really brought this into the mainstream as a tactical disruption tool. For athletes who stand 15 feet behind the baseline to return, the underarm serve is the ultimate checkmate. It forces the opponent to stay on their toes and ruins their rhythm. From a technical standpoint, it's a low-energy move that yields high reward points. We're seeing more players incorporate this into their arsenal to mess with the opponent's head. It's one of those wild moments where the stadium goes silent, then erupts. Whether you love it or hate it, the data shows it works, and in a game of inches, you take every advantage you can get.
The tech in tennis right now is mind-blowing. We've moved to 100% Hawkeye Live implementation at many major events, removing the human element of line calling. But it goes deeper. Coaches are now looking at 300+ data points per set, from ball RPM to heart rate variability. We're even seeing real-time biofeedback being used in training to optimize performance. For the fitness enthusiasts out there, this is the future of training. Imagine knowing exactly how much energy you've expended and where your movement patterns are failing in real time. This data doesn't just help players win, it prevents injuries by flagging when an athlete is overexerting. The wild part is how fast players are adapting to these insights to shave milliseconds off their reaction times.
Talk about a power surge. Ben Shelton is the definition of the new American power game. He clocked a 149-mile-per-hour career-high serve at the US Open, and the sound it made was like a literal explosion. As a 21-year-old rising star, his left-handed power creates angles that are nightmare fuel for opponents. For the athletes listening, his serve technique is a case study in kinetic chaining, using the legs, core, and shoulder in perfect sequence to generate massive force. It's not just about height, it's about explosive mechanics. Shelton brings a college tennis energy to the Pro Tour that is absolutely infectious. When he lands one of those 149-mile-per-hour bombs, the crowd goes wild, and you can see the "did he really just do that" look on the face of the guy across the net.
Tennis is having a massive cultural moment right now, thanks in part to the Netflix effect. Shows like Breakpoint have brought 1.5 million new social followers per event to the top players. We're seeing Gen Z audience growth like never before because the sport is being marketed through its personalities and drama, not just the scoreline. Documentary-style coverage is giving fans a backstage pass into the locker rooms and the recovery centers. This transparency is making the wild on-court moments even more impactful because we now know the pressure and the preparation that went into that one specific point. The fans are more invested, the stadiums are louder, and the players are becoming global celebrities beyond the sports world. It's a total reimagining of how we consume tennis. As we look toward the 2025 season outlook, one thing is clear. The golden era isn't over. It's just evolving. We are entering the age of Tennis 2.0, where AI-driven coaching and superhuman athleticism are the new norms. The wild moments we've discussed, the 149-mile-per-hour serves, the 100-mile-per-hour ground strokes, and the tactical underarm serves are just the beginning. The sport is getting faster, smarter, and more entertaining. Whether you are an athlete looking for technical insights or a fan who loves the drama, there has never been a better time to follow the game. The question isn't, will something wild happen next? It's, how much crazier can it get? Thanks for joining me for this deep dive into the wildest moments rocking the courts. Keep training, keep watching, and I'll see you at the next match.